Let's continue to explore God's promises. Here is a beautiful promise. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire and it shall be done for you. John 15:7. Isn't that a wonderful promise? But notice it has a condition. If I abide in Jesus, if Jesus' words abide in me, then I can ask whatever I desire, and it will be done for me. If Jesus' words abide in me, what kind of person will I be? How will I be living? I must fulfill the conditions to receive this promise. All of God's promises have conditions. Every single one. They all have conditions. Well, God's love, though, is unconditional. Then why are his promises conditional? A lot of people can't understand that. They say all the time, God loves us unconditionally. So they think that the promises, everything should be without condition. However, God's promises can only be fulfilled to us if we abide by the conditions. This is because God's goal is to change us, to save us. God's goal is not to shower us with blessings and leave us as we are. So many Christians want God to be a great Santa Claus in the sky that just gives us what we want, but we can stay just the way we are. But let me use this story to help you understand how God's promises can be conditional while his love is unconditional. Now let's pretend, or let's just take a father speaking to his son. And the father tells his son, son, if you get all A's and B's on your report card this grading period, I'm going to give you $100. And so the son agrees. He will work hard to get all A's and B's so that he can get the $100. This father has given his son a promise, but it has conditions. Do you think the father loves his son? Yes. Yes, he does. Why is the father putting this condition on the promise of $100? Why is he putting that condition there? Because he loves his son. And he wants his son to what? To do well. To do well in life. He is giving his son an incentive to do his best. And why? Because the father loves him. And he wants his son to have a good life. So the loving father promises the $100, but there is a condition. The son must get all A's and B's. So let's suppose the son, at the end of the grading period, he turns in his report card to his father, and instead of A's and B's, he has C's, D's, and F's. Well, what does a good father do? Does a good father say, that's okay, I love you, you can have the $100? Does a good father do that? No, the good father won't do that. Why not? Why wouldn't a good father do that? Because the Father does not want to reward failure. He wants his son to come up higher. He wants his son to do better. So he simply cannot reward his son if he does not fulfill the conditions. Why can't the Father just shower his son with the blessing of the money like a great Santa Claus? Why couldn't he do that? Because he loves him. He loves him. He loves him too much to give him blessings without him fulfilling the conditions, because he wants the best for his son. And so now I ask you, does the Father still love his son? The son with the D's and F's on his report card? Does the Father still love him? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If his son grows up to be a bum who never works, who winds up living under a bridge, would the Father stop loving his child? Would a good father stop loving his child? No, never, never. Till the day of that boy's, well, not the boy's death, till the day the father passes away, he'll never stop loving his child. He may have never been able to fulfill promises that he wanted to give to his son because his son would not fulfill the conditions, but his love doesn't change. That's how God's love can be unconditional, but his promises have conditions. So we need to understand that so we can pray the promises. God's love will never go away. His heart will just be broken. He is in pain because we won't fulfill the conditions, but his love does not change. It is because God loves us so much that his promises must be conditional.